Bro, I just opened this video and there's death sounds. This is the finale of Let's Build. I've been having so much fun, but I think this might be my least favorite weapon set of all time. There's so much parts for me here, I don't like it. But hey, there had to be some kind of stupid ending. What's up, YouTube? Is playing all my series 1987. We built this. We're building the finale, the final weapon, and we're ending it all with customizing Nightfall, my favorite.
Dude, in the New Game Plus version, Joker wakes up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the developer said that's canon, by the way.
Wait, what?
Yeah, as you're holding the button to incinerate the Joker, he's laying there, big smile on his face, and all of a sudden he goes, ah.
So he actually burns, like, alive. God.
And then, instead of Commissioner Gordon saying, this is how it happened, this is how the Batman dies, Joker says, this is how it happened. This is how the Joker died.
I love his interactions with Batman. The game, but he's just,
yeah.
He's just
I can't wait for Tim to find out that Barbara got captured.
I think Arkham City might be my favorite of the trilogy. I don't know.
I don't know. I gotta give it to Arkham Knight for the graphics.
I like Arkham City for the story, and that's like, it was the one game that I played the most, and
City's got a great story.
I love City for its story, but Arkham Knight has like
the better graphics.
And some of the
But
best
dude, the best boss fights in the Arkham series have to go to Origins. Deathstroke specifically.
Fuck me. I had to do this like this. Okay, here we go.
Well, here's the problem. It's it's so hard in the first playthrough, but when you do New Game Plus, it's a freaking joke. You know, there's no difficulty. There's no in between. It's either he's super difficult or you can just breeze through the fight in 2 minutes. But man alive, I'm still gonna make a costume of the Arkham version of Deathstroke, because that's the best look he's ever had, hands down. And I'm not even saying that as an opinion. That is an objective fact.
That's fair. One of my favorite moments.
Okay, yeah, he doesn't.
In general, comes from, personally, I think an underrated game, Arkham Asylum. When
yes.
you enter Croc's lair. That
yes
was awesome.
Dude, and Steve Blum as Killer Croc is beautiful. I wish he had a bigger role in the other games, but the Arkham Asylum segment with Croc was so good. Especially, like, if you die, some of his dialogue is really cool. You know, they get the game over screens, and, like, one of them, he goes, tick, tock, feed the Croc. And he leans into the camera, and it goes black, and I love that. And when you first meet him, I couldn't have been any older than, like, oh, God, I must have been, like, 7 or 8. And he steps out of the elevator. And he just keeps getting taller as he stands up. He sniffs around. They're like, what is it doing? And he looks right at Batman. And he goes, I've got your scent. I will face you down. And they zap him with the shock collar. He shakes his head and he goes, a toy dollar won't stop me from killing you, Batman. I will rip you apart. Eat your bones. I was like, I don't want to fight that.
And then you had to fight it anyway.
I like some of the designs from that game specifically because they kind of, at least for me, like almost feel like they came out of like the comics of the.
Yeah, absolutely.
Scarecrow. Especially Scarecrow.
Yeah, although I have to say, just due to the way the story unfolds, I absolutely adore Arkham Knight Scarecrow.
Oh, yes.
The freaking needle fingers.
Yeah, but he had like a gauntlet in Arkham Knight. I guess he decided the things on the fingers weren't as efficient. He built a whole gauntlet for it, and he was voiced by John Noble, who you may know as Transformers Prime Unicron. And he was just so scary, dude. Like when he's talking to Barbara, and he's it's okay to be afraid. I was like, oh God, I know he stinks. But some of his dialogue was so good. He's like, nothing hurts like losing one of the family, knowing there is no one to blame but yourself.
Like, jeez, that is like,
Goosebumps, man.
yeah.
I'm telling you. Dude, when they first did the teaser trailer for Arkham Knight, and it was just Scarecrow sitting in the darkness, and he gives that whole spiel that he gives before he, gasses the city, and like the camera's all staticky and stuff. He's, how many more bones would you crush? How many lives would you destroy in pursuit of what you call justice? You are the product of everything you fear. Violence, darkness, helplessness. Then he looks up and you see how bad his face is scarred, and he goes, all that remains is for you to watch as I drag your beloved Gotham into oblivion. I was like, oh,
Damn.
things are different now. Oh, God.
See, that's why Scarecrow's my favorite DC villain.
Man alive, he was so good in Arkham Knight. And I was really upset because Deathstroke came back. And I'm like, oh, here we go. We got another sick boss fight. No, it was another Cloudburst tank fight. I was so mad. At that point, I'd gotten all the upgrades for the Batmobile, so it was a breeze to fight him, and I was so mad. I have the 240% Batsuit. I've got every single, DLC for the game. I've done everything there is to do in Arkham Knight, and I still go back and play it.
Nice.
Speaking of Arkham Knight, would you say that all the Arkham games are better than the Christopher Nolan films?
Absolutely, 100%. I don't like the Christian Bale Batman movies.
What about The Dark Knight? At least The Dark Knight.
The soundtrack for all three movies is great. I think Heath Ledger's Joker is good. I think it's overrated. Same with The Dark Knight Rises Bane. It could have been better had he been more like Bane. I like that he was intelligent, but he wasn't big enough.
Tom Hardy was fine as Bane, to be honest.
He was all right, yeah. You know how short Tom Hardy is? He's 5'9", and so they had to put him on apple crates and film it from all angles.
Isn't he the same person that play like Tom Hardy is like?
That's Venom.
Yes. I can't imagine him playing Bane, to be honest. Like I can just, but I can't see the face basically.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was already a man. By then it was nothing to me but blinding. Shadows betray you because they belong to me. Who is this guy? I don't know him. He's a This guy, he's so buff. He is beautiful. We must get buff like him, Eddie.
What are you talking about? No.
Bane is literally a man on drugs.
Just a roided out jock in a gas mask. I literally have an alien suit. I don't need to get buff. Yes, but think about how much larger we would be if you were also buff. We could terrorize the streets, Eddie. We could be the lethal protector. A lethal protectors.
It's so bad that we're gonna end that the Venom trilogy with, The Last Dance.
Dude, but Null was so good for the few scenes he had. And you knew Noel was going to be good because they announced that Andy Serkis played him, and I was like, oh wow, here we go, peak villain, let's go.
Come on, now, Blades. It's initiation. Sorry.
What the
Dude, Intro for Venom 3 is one of the greatest villain setups we ever had. Just Noel telling his story.
Oh my god, yeah, no. And then the end.
Yeah.
The very end credit scene where he said, "And you will watch."
My only issue with Null in The Last Dance is that his accent changed from the beginning to the end of the movie. Because in the beginning, he's, got a pretty American-sounding accent. He's, I am Null, God of the Void, Slicer of Worlds. But then at the end, he's, your champion has fallen. The King in Black is awake. I will burn their world. And you will watch. I was like, okay, it's cool. Why is he British now?
Why is he British? Okay, yeah, that's something.
I went, wait a minute.
Norman Reedus, what the hell happened to you, dude?
It wasn't Norman Reedus, though.
That wasn't Norman Reedus?
That was Andy Serkis. That's Gollum. Supreme Leader Snoke. Caesar.
I wonder why they changed it.
And also he was Claw, Ulysses Claw.
Yep, he was Claw in Black Panther.
Oh my god, yeah, they got him off.
But yeah, he's freaking Null now, and I couldn't be happier, because Null is one of my favorite Marvel villains, because he's just built different. The dude one-shot a Celestial.
And he did create the symbiotes. He is the god of symbiotes.
Yeah.
And then, didn't he also create the Necro?
Yeah, he reached into his own shadow in the void and pulled out a living shadow, which is what the symbiotes are, and forged the Necro sword from it. And the first thing he did with it was he killed one of the Celestials that had invaded the void. He jumped off of whatever void bit he was standing on and sliced right through the Celestial's neck. Just one swing, decapitated the Celestial. Turned the body into a soul prison for whoever's killed by the Necro sword, and the head became what we now know as Nowhere.
Oh, Nowhere?
Yeah.
He was the one that created Nowhere?
Yes.
Bro, that is okay. That's cool. That is actually cool. Holy shit.
Okay, but...
Also, I was seeing, speaking of Venom, I was scrolling through Twitter like a couple days ago, and then I saw the from the clip from the first movie. Jump. Presses the elevator button. Pussy.
Let me look at no fan cast, because I could have sworn I've seen fan cast with them, and one of them is Henry Cavill.
What?
Yeah, they wanted Henry Cavill, they wanted Norman Reedus, and I couldn't pick one, because Null is so different to any villain that we've seen from Marvel. I couldn't decide. And then when they announced Andy Serkis, I went, yep, there it is. Okay, that makes sense.
I was honestly thinking maybe someone like, say, William Dafoe.
Nah, he's already Green Goblin, man.
Dang it.
Green Goblin.
Well, I mean, not in the universe that they basically were doing what they didn't do shit with Spider-Man. So.
Oh yeah, the Sony Cinematic Universe. Oh wait, no, that doesn't count for Madam Web because that's in its own universe for some reason.
Yeah, everything is just so.
It doesn't touch any of the good stuff.
It doesn't touch any of the good stuff other than giving us, like, I don't know, sick ass suits.
Not even. Those suits were garbage.
What do you guys think? What do you think of Kraven? Cause like.
As a start to Kraven's journey, it was pretty good.
Because I heard people say if you just take it as an action movie, it's a good movie, but like if you take it like through all the context, it's not that great.
It's not bad, but it's not like Endgame good.
Endgame good?
Yeah, I think I'd give it like a 6. It was alright. I'd probably watch it again.
Yeah, because I've been thinking about, watching it with Dad,
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Morbius, though, gets a 1.
Honestly, I've been thinking of watching that one just for the fucking memes, not because, like,
It's Morbin time.
Yeah. The funny thing is that line is entirely made up.
Yeah.
It never appeared in the film.
No.
You know your movie is bad when people have to make up freaking lines just to be entertaining.
And then they try re-releasing it again just because of the memes, and then it still failed.
They only made like what, $1?
Right. Alright, here's the thing, right? So, I have a pretty hot Batman take, and that is, I actually prefer Ben Affleck over Christian Bale.
You know what?
And I have a ton of reasons why.
You know what? You know what? Before you start, I actually agree with you. I'm not gonna lie.
So, Ben Affleck's Batman is a beast. He's built like the Frank Miller Batman. Christian Bale's Batman is too lanky. The suit is overdesigned. Batfleck's suit is really simple, but it's tactical. And then you get the voice. Ben Affleck's Batman had a voice changer built into the cowl. Makes sense.
And it
Then you get
fits,
Christian
yeah.
Bale. What?
Christian Bale's I'm not wearing hockey pads.
Yeah, exactly. He sounded stupid. He looked stupid. He would make sense. My favorite Batmobile, though. The Tumbler is my favorite Batmobile.
Yeah, the Tumbler looks sick. But I can't deny that, Ben Affleck's Batmobile looks also cool as shit.
I don't like the big guns on it. I've never been a fan of Batman using guns, because he just doesn't.
He just doesn't, yeah.
Like, people gave the nightmare sequence a lot of crap, but it's exactly what it sounds like. It was a nightmare. This was worst possible scenario. So that I got.
About the Batmobile having guns, I think they want to put that just because it's a... Oh my god, I'm going to pull this excuse. Just because it's a... I guess an older Batman where he doesn't give a shit about, sparing his villains and immediately just friggin' kills them.
I mean, apart from the fact that, in Peacemaker, they explained that Batman doesn't kill his enemies because, he's too much of a wuss to do it. So we know that this version of Batman doesn't kill his enemies.
He does brand them, though. I mean...
I will say this, though. Zack Snyder's Justice League, like the director's cut, is the best DC movie ever to be released. Hands down.
I still haven't watched that shit yet.
I still haven't watched that. Right now.
Oh my god, dude. Set aside 4.5 hours. It will be the best 4.5 hours you ever spent watching a DC movie.
I'll do it with you. I will sit in a call with you watching it.
Dude, Darkseid alone is perfect. There is nothing wrong with that interpretation of Darkseid. They did that perfectly. Steppenwolf got a redesign. He was so much cooler. The only issue with that film is that Ezra Miller's in it, but, what can you do?
Well, to be fair, I think that's also his best performance, so I'm not going to give it too much crap.
I'll give him that. He was pretty good in that film. He wasn't as whiny as he was in the original cut.
Yeah, on top of that, there was something I did see when people were comparing Justice League to Justice League, and it was that because of, the jokes made in the Justice League, people died. When they were, actually doing shit, people did not die. There's a difference.
Yeah, no, the Justice League is a dark movie, and it is so good.
Right now, for me, favorite
I'm gonna use,
DC movie of all
honest,
time
I
for
think.
me has got to be James Gunn's 2021 Suicide Squad.
Dude, King Shark is the best member of that team.
Voiced by Sylvester Stallone
Yep.
himself.
Yup.
There.
Easily.
I think this is my peak night.
They had Starro in it.
I know. I love that. That's the first villain the Justice League ever fought.
The first villain, yeah. And who knew that adapting a goofy-looking supervillain would go well in live action?
That's because they did it properly. That's why, people are worried about James Gunn's DC universe. I am not worried about it in the least. I'm excited for Superman.
I am so excited for Superman.
And you know what I really want to see in a sequel to Superman is a comic-accurate Doomsday.
Bro, yes. Yes.
Because we got the big green turd in Batman v Superman, and it was so dumb. I didn't like it at all. There was nothing to like about that version of Doomsday, except that it was made from General Zod's body. That was cool.
I remember
Where am I
one fan dub that someone made as a parody for the Batman v Superman was like, "Tell the truth, I'm the worst part about this movie."
Yeah, exactly. However, Batman v Superman, with the exception of what they did to Doomsday, pretty good movie. The armored Batman look for that film is one of my favorite bat suits we've ever seen on screen.
Yeah, the armored Batman doesn't look too bad.
And the actual fight between Batman and Superman was absolutely sick. The moment where the kryptonite grenade starts wearing off, and we see Superman's head start, moving less and less with each punch, Batman has that oh crap moment. He brings his hands up like, now let's talk. And Superman puts him through, 2 floors of the building.
Oh yeah, and then they end off that fight with the, "Why did you say that name?"
It's his mother's name. I mean, that was a little goofy, but I get it.
Okay, I'm gonna take my own hot take right now. I actually kind of like I don't like it as much as the new Lex Luthor, but I do kind of like the Batman vs Superman Lex Luthor.
Which one?
Batman vs Superman Lex Luthor. Though I'm not gonna like it as much as the new Lex Luthor from the new movie.
The only reason I don't like that version is because of Jesse Eisenberg, because he's just a prick. So I although it does make him a lot more compelling to want to beat, it's like you want to see him defeated, because Jesse Eisenberg is a terrible person. It's like, really, you? I get Mel Gibson.
Honestly,
a jerk because he's Mel freaking Gibson. Jesse Eisenberg, really?
Honestly, I feel like just because of the fact that he feels like a jerk, that it's definitely in character, so I didn't really mind it that much. What really threw me off, and what threw everyone off, of course, is that he still has fucking hair.
Except for when he didn't. So Jesse Eisenberg, okay, here's what he did. It's what he does. He treats people who aren't movie stars like absolute garbage.
Oh. Is that about it, or?
No, there's, I think, I don't know.
Well, the thing is, he also treats a lot of his co-stars like crap, And it's in that very Jesse Eisenberg, very awkward way. It's like, really, you're gonna be this awkward and you're not gonna be upfront with being a piece of crap. You're gonna be all passive aggressive and kind of snarky about it. It's like someone just needs to hit him in the face just a couple times, and I guarantee
They're
he'll
buddies. They're buddies, and that's all that matters.
Alrighty.
Yeah, it is 1:23, so I gotta start. So, yeah,
He was okay, honestly, as Lex Luthor. At least he shaved off his head at the end of BBS.
And here's another reason why I say Arkham Deathstroke is the best design. They used that design at the end of Dawn of Justice.
Oh my god, yeah. And it was supposed to be a Batfleck solo film, but that never got made because Justice League happened.
Yeah. And about Robert Pattinson, okay, it's the best suit we've seen in live action. It's tactical, it's pretty simple, and it works in low and high lighting. Robert Pattinson as Bruce Wayne is worse than Lego Batman.
Whoa. Okay.
Like, we're...
Like that, Alfred. Stop pretending to be. That's literally Lego Batman.
Bro.
Whatever. Good night, Alfred. So it's morning.
Yeah, that's how he acted. But as Batman, you know, when he's in the suit, that is peak Batman. Now, I will say this: my favorite Batman ever has been, is, and will always be Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton. Okay.
Oh, we
That
have
is
a hot take.
quintessential Batman.
I think... yeah. I think in terms of, like, my favorite Bruce Wayne from the movies, it's gotta be the Christian Bale, because I think that one's just, like, the perfect... Like...
I'll give him that. He's a good Bruce Wayne.
Yes.
I don't like his Batman.
Yeah. And honestly, I do kind of like the Bat Affleck Bruce Wayne, but I think Christian Bale does it a little better.
I think John Hamm would be a really good Batman. Granted, John Hamm is also kind of a jerk, but
What did he do?
I mean, John Hamm was Sentinel Prime.
like garbage.
John Hamm was Sentinel Prime in a movie, so I mean...
Again, we're treating people like garbage.
Yeah, I
It's
think
a
I'm gonna
common
cut
thing
this
with a
here.
lot of actors. John Hamm is one of those guys who's like, I'm a Hollywood star. What are you? You know, he's that kind of guy. Which is
So,
why
yeah.
he plays jerks like Sentinel so well. It's just who he is. Now, I think he could pull off Batman really well. I think he could pull off Bruce Wayne even better.
Even better.
You know who I think could have been the perfect Batman about 10, 15 years ago? Is Gerard Butler.
Wait, hold on.
Yes,
You know, King Leonidas. This is Sparta!
Okay, he does look good. He does look good for a Batman.
Okay, Jensen Ackles would also be a great Batman. Alan Jensen would be the perfect Batman.
You're reading
Hold on,
my
I
mind.
have a whole cast somewhere on my phone.
alright guys, I gotta start heading off. Thank you all for, just, like, talking to me and whatnot.
Yeah, good to see ya.
Yeah, I was just building model kits in the background, so, you might be seeing this conversation later, who knows?
Who knows? But yeah, good night.
Alright, good night, and, to all our one... So yeah, that's basically it, because we're done. Kind of weird that we ended on a Batman conversation, but I mean, that's just how the conversation ended up. I guess it's kind of like it all started with... I don't know. Still, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope it was just fantastic for you all to just kind of sit down, or just at least tune in and watch these builds. But here's the thing about these builds. This was never going to be the finale. No, I'm going to tell you right now, the finale of the entire channel is next video. It has been already recorded, already edited, and it will be premiering the day after this plops up. Do not miss it. For God's sake, do not miss it, please. But if you want to miss it, then you know what? You can do that. I've already finally run out of things to say and do for this channel. And to be honest, I've been on this point where this really was going to be the end. And at least for this call, I don't care the build was kind of like frustrating or confusing at the end. What I care in the end is that I was doing it with friends. That's how I did it with Season 3, even though in the end I destroyed the Black Pearl. No. Right here, this was more fun. And just actually doing actual model kits, like full-on, not blockies, actual model kits that need nippers and knowing how to read instructions properly. This is probably the biggest test of builds I've ever done on the channel, and that says something. That really does. So I'm glad this was my final challenge, and I'm glad these are my 2 best looks for my boys right here. I'm gonna miss Let's Build, because I'm done. I really am. So, thank you all for watching, and just thank you all for just simply being here on this channel. Because next video, it's over. Have a good night. And as always, and you notice that I'm not saying like, comment, subscribe. Maybe one last time. Just don't expect me to say so in the finale. But as always, let the last cinders burn until it is all done.